The first thing that the Buddha said after his awakening was, life is dukkha. Another way of putting it is that suffering is inherent to human life. And there's a lot of it. Why? One way to think of it is that everything is impermanent. Since the Big Bang, the Great Flash, there has been nothing but change. The continents are shifting, earthquakes happen. Relationships begin and end. Every relationship ends in separation or death. The Buddha said, fortune changes like the swish of a horse's tail. What seems stable today is tomorrow swept away by anicca. And yet we have some profound belief, some delusion, that if we just do the right thing, if we're just good enough or meditate hard enough, we can make things permanent. We can find a safe place. Of course, it's not true. A famous Thai teacher, Ajahn Buddhadasa, said, "The truth of impermanence blazes at us with the brilliance of 1,000,000 suns. It's a miracle that we don't see it all the time." The Tibetan Buddhists developed a meditation practice called Tonglen. It's called taking and sending. And it goes like this. Please come home to the body right now. Notice that it is alive. It is, in fact, nothing but life. It's a great mass of tingling and vibrating. And you don't need to try to make this happen. It's the nature of the body. Notice the life in your hands. In your face. Maybe you can notice the life in your feet and legs. It's always there. And notice that you're breathing. Or more accurately, notice that there are sensations in the chest and abdomen, and also at the nostrils, with each in-breathing and out-breathing. Being awake like this is called mindfulness, heart mindfulness. And of course, the mind wanders. It's a fool's errand to try to stop the wandering mind. It's not worth it. It doesn't work. What makes more sense is to learn to accept the wandering mind, to see it as part of nature, like the wind or sunrise. And now, Tonglen, is there some way you are suffering? Sometimes the suffering becomes very intense. Life throws curves at us, and relationships get complicated. People get sick. We get sick. We watch too much news and get caught in the horrors of the world. I invite you to turn toward wherever your greatest dukkha is right now. The disappointment in relationship, the sickness of a family member, maybe the alcoholic child, maybe your own degenerative illness, maybe the end of a marriage. Our conditioned natural response is to turn away, distract, intoxicate. But there's another way. It's the way home. The great Thai teacher Ajahn Chah said there's two kinds of suffering, or there's two approaches to suffering. One is the repetition of the avoidances, which helps the suffering to stay. Another is to turn toward it bravely, tenaciously, because the suffering isn't a mistake, it's inherent in human life. So, what is your suffering these days? This day, this moment? If you'd like to, maybe put a name on it. Not required, but and suffering always arises because we are resisting reality. There's pain, but the suffering isn't the pain. The suffering is the fighting against it, the non-acceptance. If the suffering you experience has any body base, if you can feel it as body sensations somewhere, pay attention there. And there's a shift from I am suffering into there is suffering. There's pain. There's distress. There's despair, perhaps. Coming back to suffering. And what we tend to do is get caught in how it's not fair. We can blame others. We can blame our parents. We can blame the political system. We can blame someone, a former spouse, God. But there's another way, which is to realize that there is suffering, and also to recognize any self-pity. It shouldn't be like this. It's not fair. Well, of course it's fair. It's the nature of life. And so there's a terrible loneliness in our suffering often. And Tonglen is about opening to the suffering of the world. And one way to do it goes like this. Imagine that there sits at the center of your heart a golden Buddha, or a Kuan Yin, or any other archetypal figure you would like. Or simply open your door to the possibility. And this golden light is not your personal heart. This is the heart of the world. And now, imagine or remember how many other people on the earth or in your city are suffering the same kind of pain you are. They have a loved one in the hospital, or the sick child, the career disappointment, whatever it is. Remember, all around the world, there are thousands of people experiencing the same thing you are. And the Tibetans teach that we can visualize that from their heart, from the center of their agony, the darkness, the suffering emerges and travels through space and time and can be seen as a cloud of black smoke that forms into a kind of spiral and makes its way into your heart, but not your personal heart, your heart as the heart of the Buddha. It's a realization of how not alone we are. And this spiral of black smoke, the suffering of the world in the particular form of those who have the same suffering you do right now. And in the heart of the Buddha, they are somehow miraculously, alchemically transformed into love and compassion for all beings. And so on the in-breath, in comes this black smoke, this concentrated suffering, not to your heart, to the heart of the Buddha. And from your heart back to these individuals goes a beam, a ray of beautiful golden or whatever color you'd like light, which allows them to relax, to soften, to recognize the inevitability of this suffering. the inevitability of the changes that are afoot in your life. The anicca, the impermanence, which is the very fabric of our existence. Breathing in suffering of the world. You might like to personalize it. Think of someone you know, or maybe just one person somewhere in Tanzania or in Belize, someone who is in agony like yours. On the out-breath, wish them well. May you have the strength to bear with this revelation of truth. Let your whole body soften. Let your gut to your belly soften. Your diaphragm. Breathing in, spiraling black smoke to the Buddha's heart. Breathing out, a blessing, a hand to hold, an encouragement. And of course, never forget to include your own suffering, your own disappointment, your own anguish, your own anxiety, your own rage. Because your hurting heart is your doorway to infinite compassion. Breathing in, breathing out. And don't worry if you can't visualize very much. Some people can, some people can't. That's not the essence. The essence is a willingness to turn toward your own suffering and to recognize that you are part of the fabric of humanity and you are bearing your small part of the cosmic pain. And you might like to just turn off this recording now and proceed further. Or if it's time to move on, please thank yourself for the willingness to turn toward awakening and now notice each breath in as a movement of the tissues of your body. Each breath out the same. Notice the life in your feet and your hands, your face. And notice the preparations that you will do now to let your eyes open and mindfully stretch, and then come back to this mindfulness of your body and your emotions as often as you remember, today and every day.